everyone, thank you so much for watching Natasha's Library. So today's video is very important as we are going to discuss 100 most important MCQs covering ecology, environment and biodiversity. So make sure you watch till the end as these questions are going to be very useful for your upcoming government exams. So before you start, let me give you one instruction. You have to pause the video as soon as the question appears. Note down your answer with yourself and then resume the video to check if you're right or not. So the question number 1 is, recognize the following sanctuary. Number 1, this national park is a part of desert as well as marshy areas. Number 2, this sanctuary is important for the conservation of flamingos, wild ass and kharia camels. Number 3, this sanctuary is located near Tropic of Cancer. Option A, Keoladio Ghana. Option B, Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary. Option C, Khijatia. Or option D, Nal Sarovar. So the correct option is option B, Kutch Desert Wildlife Sanctuary. Question number 2. Which of the following is or are responsible for coral bleaching? Number 1. Events of El Nino. Number 2. Tropical cyclones. Number 3. Coastal erosion and increased sedimentation. Number 4. Increasing temperature of ocean. Number 5. Invasive species. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 3. Which of the following is or are associated with oceanic acidification? Number 1. High use of chemical fertilizers in coastal areas. Number 2. Coastal erosion. Number 3. Dumping up of oceanic waste. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 4. Which of the following is not correct? Number 1. Great Indian Bustard Sanctuary, Rajasthan. Ranthambore Tiger Reserve, Rajasthan. Simlipal Tiger Reserve, Odisha. So the incorrect one here is option A, that is only one, because Great Indian Bustard Sanctuary is in Maharashtra in Sholapur region. Question number 5. Which of the following about Hangul is correct? 1. It is a state animal of Arunachal Pradesh. Number 2. It is a critically endangered species. So the correct option is option B, that is only 2. Hangul is a state animal of Jammu and Kashmir, not Arunachal Pradesh. Question number 6. Which of the following is or are associated with mercury contamination? Number 1. Thermal power plants and their release in water bodies. Number 2. Electronic items, especially CFL and tube lights. Number 3. E-waste and their dumping. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 7. Consider the following statements about wetlands. Number 1. Montreux record granted to the wetland of international importance. Number 2. It is a part of Ramsar Convention. Number 3. These records are granted to those wetlands which are associated with changes mainly human-induced. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 8. According to BirdLife International, which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. It is a globally partnership of conservation organization mainly to conserve bird and their habitat. Number 2. The organization is associated with the origin of the concept of biodiversity hotspots. Number 3. It identifies the sites known or referred to as important bird and bird diversity areas by maintaining the Red Book for birds. So the correct option is option C, that is 1 and 3. The statement second is incorrect. Question number 9. Which of the following is or are associated with carbon sink? Number 1. Liquidification of carbon and dumping it into deep geological horizons. Number 2. Planting of more trees under REDD+. Number 3. Organic farming, zero tillage and application of blue-green algae during agriculture. So the correct option is option B, that is 2 and 3. Because the first statement is associated with carbon sequestration, not carbon sink. Alright guys? Question number 10. Which of the following animals should have the highest number of toxicity? Option A, gharial. Option B, crustaceans which are also known as zooplanktons. Option C, small fishes. Or option D, crabs. So the correct option is option A, gharial. Question number 11. With reference to Hoolock Gibbons, which of the following is correct? Number 1. It is a mammal residing in plain to hilly areas. Number 2. Hoolock Gibbons can be found in the whole northeast and eastern coast. Number 3. It has been given the legal protection under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So the correct option is option B, that is 1 and 3. As Hoolock Gibbons can be found only in the northeastern region, not eastern coast. Question number 12. Which of the following is or are associated with biopollution, biosafety, living modified organisms and genetically modified organisms? Option A, Stockholm Convention. Option B, Rotterdam Convention. Option C, Genetic Engineering Approval Committee. Option D, Convention on Biological Diversity. So the correct option is option C, that is Genetic Engineering Approval Committee. Question number 13. Consider the following about tigers in India. 1. Tigers can reside from plain to hilly areas easily. Number 2. The majority of tiger reserves in India are located in central India. Number 3. The National Tiger Conservation Authority is a constitutional body. So naturally this question is about finding the correct statements. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2. Question number 14. Consider the following statements about Climate Technology Center and Network, that is CTCN. Number 1. CTCN is an initiative by United Nations Environment Programme. Number 2. It is an initiative to empower people for sustainable development. So which of the above statements is or are correct? So the correct option is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Option 1 is incorrect because CTCN is an initiative under United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and it was started from Durban. And option 2 is incorrect because it is an initiative to promote renewable energy. It is not an initiative to empower people for sustainable development. So remember, it is for renewable energy. Okay. Question number 15. Which of the following is correct about Green Climate Fund? Number 1. It is intended to assist both developed and developing countries in adaptation and mitigation practices to counter climate change. Number 2. It is founded under the aegis of UNEP, OECD and World Bank. So the correct option is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Because the option 1 states that it is intended to assist both developed and developing countries, which is not correct because it is intended to assist only the developing countries. And option 2 is incorrect because it was established within the framework of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Question number 16. Consider the following statements about mangroves. Number 1. The eastern coastal line is having the largest tract of mangroves in comparison to western. Number 2. Highest diversity of mangroves mainly belong to Andaman and Nicobar. Number 3. Mangroves ecosystem are the biological hotspot, therefore highly important for conservation. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Which means that only the first and second statements are correct. Question number 17. Which of the following statements is associated with Rio Plus 20? Option A. It is in relation to sustainable development organized by UNO. Option B. It is in relation to marine protected areas and conservation of aquatic diversity. Option C. It is a conference of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Option D. It is a conference of member countries on the Convention of Biological Diversity. So the correct option is option A. Question number 18. In a particular region, the local people are associated with the cleaning of their own village, practicing the sustainable development and now recognized as cleanest village of Asia. In which state it is? So it is in Meghalaya. Option B is the correct answer. Question number 19. Which of the following factors differentiate between humans and apes? Number 1. Hands. Number 2. Cognitive skills. Number 3. Thumb. So the correct option is option D. That is none. Nothing distinguishes. Everything is similar. Question number 20. Consider the following statements. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Okay. Number 1. The canopy structuring of forests are only available in the equatorial tropical rainforests. Number 2. The largest amount of poisonous species are available in equatorial ecosystem and biome. Number 3. the undergrowth is maximum in equatorial biomes. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Number 3 is incorrect because the undergrowth is minimum, not maximum, in equatorial biomes. Question number 21. Consider the following statements about Venus flytraps. So we have to find the correct statement. Number 1. It is an omnivore plant in tropical areas. Number 2. It can selectively eat the insects which they really want to eat. So the correct option is option B, that is only 2, because Venus flytraps are carnivore plants, not the omnivore. Okay. Question number 22. Which of the following is correct about South Asia Nitrogen Hub Initiative? Number 1. The funding agency is UK Research and Innovation. Number 2. They want to control the reactive nitrogen which is coming from sewage, agriculture and solid waste. Number 3. Nitrogen is very harmful as they are responsible for declining oxygen level in water body. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. The statement 3 is incorrect because it is not nitrogen which is very harmful. It is nitrates which are harmful. Question number 23. Which of the following national park is associated with conservation of lion-tailed macaque? Option A, Bandipur National Park. Option B, Bandhavgarh National Park. Option C, Dampa National Park. Or option D, Mudumalai National Park. So the correct option is option A, that is Bandipur National Park in the state of Karnataka. Question number 24. Which of the following factors result in high amount of biodiversity in Andaman and Nicobar region? Number 1. Their geographical isolation. Number 2. Tropical to subtropical climate conditions. Number 3. Part of Indo-Malaya Peninsula and associated biodiversity. So the correct option is option C, that is 1 and 3. Second statement is incorrect because only tropical climate conditions are found in Andaman and Nicobar region, not subtropical. Okay. Question number 25. Which of the following animals is coming under category of reptile residing in rivers and are affected by mercury contamination? Option A, crocodile. Option B, Batuka basaka turtles. Option C, gharial. Or option D, Gangetic dolphins. So the correct option is option C, that is gharial. Question number 26. Which of the following statements is or are correct about wildlife sanctuaries? Number 1. Wildlife sanctuaries can protect a particular species. Number 2. Wildlife sanctuaries are protected by central government and their legislation. Number 3. In wildlife sanctuary, human activities are not allowed in both buffer and core zones. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Question number 27. Virus can infect number 1, bacteria. Number 2, fungi. Number 3, plant. Number 4, animals. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Guys, virus can infect anything or everything which is alive. Okay. Question number 28. Which of the following statements is or are correct about sustainable development goals? Number 1. These were first proposed during Club of Rome summit. Number 2. These are decided by United Nations Development Programme and have to be achieved by 2030. So the correct option is option B, that is only 2. Question number 29. Which of the following statements about net primary productivity is or are correct? Number 1. NPP of any region or ecosystem has been the result of sun, energy and moisture. Number 2. The NPP of estuaries and marshes are more than the coral reefs. Number 3. NPP can decide the biomass of a particular ecosystem. So the correct option is option A, that is 1 and 2. Statement 3 is incorrect because NPP cannot decide the biomass of a particular ecosystem but the age and time span of a particular ecosystem. Question number 30. Which of the following has highest net primary productivity? Option A, sugarcane. Option B, ragi. Option C, wheat. Or option D, oats. So the correct option is option A, sugarcane. Question number 31. Which of the following factors is or are associated with different types of vegetation system of Eastern and Western Himalayas? Number 1, differential moisture. Number 2, height or elevation. Number 3, near proximity with equator. So the correct option is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. Question number 32. Which of the following biomes have highest biodiversity? Option A, savanna. Option B, highland type. Option C, Mediterranean. Or option D, Western British Columbian type. So the correct option is option A, savanna. Because savanna is what we call the area of ecological niche, or we can also say that savanna is a transition zone between two different biomes. Okay. Question number 33. Which of the following statements is or are correct about bioremediation? Number 1. It involves both microorganisms and plants. Number 2. It is successful mainly in context of biodegradable pollutants. Number 3. It can solve the problems of oil spills. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 34. Which of the following animals is mainly conserved in Balpakram protected area? Option A, golden cat. Option B, slender loris. Option C, jaguar. Or option D, gibbon. So the correct option is option B, that is slender loris. Question number 35. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. The forest of any ecosystem has been the product of moisture, latitude and altitude. Number 2. The forest of any ecosystem is highly essential for pollination, biodiversity and cleaning of environment. Number 3. Forests are the major agents of hydrological and all other biogeochemical cycles. So the correct option is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 36. Which of the following statements is or are associated with iron and steel plant and their pollution? Number 1. The majority of pollution is comprising of sulphur dioxide. Number 2. Anthropogenic ozone is also a problem regarding iron and steel plant. Number 3. Iron and steel plant is also a major source of fly ash and mercury contamination. So the correct option is option B, that is 1 and 2. C. Statement 3 states that iron and steel plant is also a major source of fly ash. No. Fly ash mainly comes from thermal power plants, not the iron and steel plants. Okay? Question number 37. A man is moving from Kaveri Valley to Nilgiri Hills. What type of transition he can observe in the nature of vegetation and fruits? So the correct option is option A, that is broadleaf forests, then moist deciduous, then fruit shrubs, then big grasses, and after that, small grasses. Question number 38. Which of the following is or are correct about National Ganga River Basin Authority? Number 1. It is the financing, planning, implementing and monitoring authority. Number 2. NGRBA is headed by the PM of country. Number 3. Under this, river basin is the unit of planning and management where the core objective is treatment of sewage. So the correct option is option B, that is 1 and 3. Question number 39. Which of the following is or are correct? Number 1. Annex 1 countries Cartagena Protocol. Number 2. Certified Emission Reduction Nagoya. Number 3. Clean Development Mechanism Kyoto. So the correct option is option C, that is only 3. Question number 40. Which of the following is associated with intended nationally determined goals of India? Number 1. 50% contribution of renewable energy out of total energy consumption. Number 2. 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon sink mainly guided by RED Plus strategy and National Mission on Green India. Number 3. Domestic production of solar panels at par with US and China assisted by CTCN. So the correct option is option B, that is only 2. Question number 41. Which of the following is or are associated with United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification? Number 1. It aims to promote effective action through innovative national programs and supportive international partnerships. Number 2. REDD Plus can support the afforestation drives in desert areas. Number 3. It is committed to bottom-up approach encouraging the partnership of local people in combating the desertification and elimination of poverty. So the correct option is option C, that is 1 and 3. Question number 42. Which of the following statements is or are associated with environmental impact assessment? Number 1. EIA is a scientific method to assess the present damage to the environment or ecosystem. Number 2. EIA is compulsory under EPA 1986 for detailed project report of all major industrial projects except water-related defense. So the correct option is option B, that is only 2, because EIA is a scientific method to assess not the present but the future damage to the environment or ecosystem. Question number 43. Which of the following new rules for coastal regulation zones is or are correct? Number 1. Zones 1 and 4 are regulated by respective states. Number 2. Zone 3 is associated with waterborne activities, therefore government make the rule of 20-meter restricted zone from high tide level. So the correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. Question number 44. In which of the following regions of India are you most likely to come across red panda in its natural habitat? Option A, eastern part of Eastern Himalayas. Option B, foothills of Lesser Himalayas. Option C, biodiversity zone of Kanchenjunga. Or option D, Dafla Miri and associated ranges. The correct answer is option C, that is biodiversity zone of Kanchenjunga. Question number 45. Due to the declining population of butterfly in an ecosystem, what type of consequences can we visualize? Number 1. The biodiversity within the agriculture and ecosystem can decrease. Number 2. There has been a drastic increase in fungal infections of plants. Number 3. It could lead to a fall in the population of some species of spiders, birds and wasps. The correct answer is option C, that is 1 and 3. Question number 46. Which of the following is associated with biotoxicity? Number 1. Algae is a major agent associated with biotoxicity in an ecosystem. Number 2. Biotoxicity are the substances which can lead to poison in both animals and humans. So the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 47. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. India has the largest population of one-horned rhinoceros in the world. Number 2. One-horned rhinos mainly residing over Indo Gangetic Brahmaputra plains. Number 3. Rhinos are herbivores, critically endangered animals. So the correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 2 only. Statement 3 is incorrect because rhinos are herbivores, vulnerable animals, not critically endangered. Okay. Question number 48. In the context of mitigating the impending global warming due to anthropogenic emissions of carbon dioxide, which of the following can be the potential sites for carbon sequestration? Number 1. Abundant of coal mines. Number 2. Depleted oil and gas reserves. Or number 3. Subterranean deep saline formation. The correct answer is option D, that is 1, 2 and 3. Question number 49. Which of the following statements about blue whales is or are correct? Number 1. They are highly social and coming under category mammals. Number 2. They evolved much before the evolution of sharks. Number 3. They are mainly residing in the cold waters and their major food is krill and diatoms. So the correct answer is option C, that is 1 and 3. Statement 2 is incorrect because shark is a fish and blue whale is a mammal, and obviously mammals evolved much later than the evolution of sharks. Question number 50. Which of the following is or are associated with the alkalization and salinization of soil? Number 1. Over irrigation. Number 2. Under irrigation. Number 3. Excessive application of nitrogenous fertilizers. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Also, Application of urea is also associated with alkalization and salinization of soil, which is related to the concept of ions and cations. Question number 51. What are the major reasons behind the contamination of groundwater in Western India? Number 1. Climate change. Number 2. Indiscriminate exploitation of groundwater. Number 3. Unsustainable agriculture. So the correct answer is option C, that is 2 and 3. Question number 52. Biochemical oxygen demand is a standard criteria for option A. Measuring oxygen levels in blood. Option B. Computing oxygen levels in forest ecosystem. Option C. Pollution levels in aquatic ecosystem. Or option D. Assessing oxygen levels in high altitude regions. So the correct answer is option C, that is pollution levels in aquatic system. Question number 53. As per Wildlife Protection Act, which of the following animals can't be hunted by any person except under some provisions provided by law? Number 1, gharial. Number 2, Indian wild ass. Number 3, wild buffalo. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 54. On the east coast of India, which of the following are found? Number 1, crab-eater macaque. Number 2, lion-tailed macaque. Number 3, olive ridley turtles. Number 4, saltwater crocodiles. Number 5, wild ass. The correct answer is option B, that is 1, 3 and 4. Crab-eater macaque, olive ridley turtle and saltwater crocodile. Question number 55. Which of the following statements is or are correct about new forest policy? Number 1. Setting up of National Community Forest Management Nation. Number 2. Setting up of National Board of Forestry headed by the Central Ministry in charge of forests. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 56. Which of the following is or are associated with Forest Rights Act 2006? Number 1. This act covers both tribals and non-tribals people who are residing in a particular region in the last 3 generations. Number 2. Forest Rights Act allows forest dwellers to explore minor forest produce even in the national park. So the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 57. Which of the following is or are associated with National Mission on Enhanced Energy Efficiency? Number 1. This mission is working under Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. Number 2. It is working through enhancing the energy through Bureau of Energy Efficiency. The correct answer is option B, that is only 2, because this mission is working under Ministry of Power. Question number 58. Which of the following statements is or are correct about National Biofuel Policy? Number 1. NBP includes both ethanol and methanol. Number 2. NBP presently notifies 10% grinding of ethanol. Number 3. NBP targeted towards shifting from BS4 to BS6 norms. The correct answer is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Question number 59. Which of the following statements is or are correct about smog? Number 1. Smogs are generally available in and around majorly industrial regions or clusters, mainly due to heat generated from industrial chimneys. Number 2. Smog in North India are more prominent in winters due to continentality of climatic conditions. Number 3. Haze is a type of smog which are the result of nitrogen oxide. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 60. Which of the following is or are associated with National Clean Air Program? Number 1. It is a pan-India program associated with 12 air pollutants. Number 2. Government is targeting more on PM 2.5 and can cover 102 cities. The correct answer is option B, that is only 2. Question number 61. Which of the following is or are correct regarding Climate Change Performance Index? Number 1. Country can rank across 4 categories like GHG emissions, renewable energy, energy use, and climate policy. Number 2. Climate Change Performance Index is a worldwide initiative to generate the concept of green economy. The correct answer is option A, that is only 1. Question number 62. Which of the following is or are natural source of sulphur dioxide? Number 1, volcanoes. Number 2, agriculture field. Number 3, marsh and swamp areas. The correct answer is option A, only one, that is volcanoes. Question number 63. What would be the appropriate benefits associated with transforming from Bharat Stage IV to Bharat Stage VI? Number 1. It can reduce particulate matter, particularly soot. Number 2. It can increase the efficiency of the burning. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 64. Which of the following resulted into high use of pet coke in India? Number 1. High demand in industries like cement, steel and textiles. Number 2. It is cheaper than coal as well as oil and natural gas. Number 3. Indian tax policy is very liberal regarding pet coke. So the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 65. Which of the following is correct regarding bond challenge? Option A. To bring 150 million hectares of deforested and degraded land into restoration. Option B. To conserve genetic biodiversity of the world. Option C. To control declining ice in the Arctic region. Or option D. To fulfill the Paris commitment by 2020. The correct answer is option A. Question number 66. Project Ice Bridge is in the context of option A. To measure the salinity and temperature level of ocean. Option B. To monitor the pace of melting ice. Option C. To measure the sea level change. Or option D. To conserve the melting ice of Arctic and Antarctica. The correct answer is option B, that is to monitor the pace of melting ice. Question number 67. Which of the following is or are correct about ROAM, Restoration Opportunities Assessment Methodology? Number 1. It is a tool produced by IUCN. Number 2. It is in the context of forest landscape restoration with the help of local people. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 68. Which of the following is or are correct? Number 1. Energy cycle in the ecosystem is always upright. Therefore, all the heterotrophs in the first trophic level is having high energy to utilize. Number 2. All the ecosystems are the open systems because whatever energy they are consuming, the equal amount of energy they are also releasing. The correct option is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 69. In an ecosystem, a species is attaining the maximum maturity biomass height and no other species are in his competition. The species are A. Pioneer species, option B. Keystone species, option C. Climax species, or option D. None of the above. The correct answer is option C, that is Climax species. Question number 70. Which of the following is climax species? Option A. Rhododendrons and junipers. Option B. Neem. Option C. Teak. Or option D. Eucalyptus. The correct answer is option A, that is rhododendrons and junipers. Question number 71. Save kurma is associated with option A. Riverine dolphins. Option B. Turtles. Option C. Snake. Or option D. Bison. It's option B. Turtles. Question number 72. In India, which of the following is or are naturally available? 1. Olive ridley, leatherback, black-shelled river turtle, Batuka basaka, Kemp Ridley. The correct answer is option B, that is 2, 3 and 4. Leatherback, black-shell river turtle and Batuka basaka. And apart from these, soft-shell, greenback, pig nose, and starback are also naturally available in India. Question number 73. Which of the following is or are correct about Wildlife Crime Control Bureau? Number 1. It is a statutory body under Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. Number 2. WCCB is mainly working to combat organized wildlife crime and is established under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The correct answer is option B, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 74. Which of the following can describe Appendix 2 under CITES? Option A. International trade of animals listed under this list is banned worldwide. Option B. List some 170 species which one country asks to another for help to control its trade. Option C. International trade of these species is strictly regulated. Or option D. Partial trade is allowed after conservation commitments. The correct answer is option C. Question number 75. Which of the following is or are not correct about monkey fever? Number 1. The vector of the disease is a forest tick. Number 2. It is a viral hemorrhagic fever. Number 3. This fever is endemic to Karnataka, mainly Shimoga region. The correct answer is option D, that is none, which means all of the above statements are correct. Question number 76. Which of the following is or are correct about Government Electric Vehicle Mission? Number 1. The major mission is National Electric Mobility Mission, which aims to achieve national fuel security by promoting hybrid and electric vehicles. Number 2. FAME India mission to achieve self-sufficiency in electric vehicles mainly by 2030. Number 3. 4 focus areas are technology development, demand creation, changing infrastructure, pilot project. The correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 3. Statement 2 is incorrect because self-sufficiency in electric vehicles will be achieved by 2020, not 2030. Question number 77. What is the reason behind e-waste dumping in our country? Number 1. Increasing an emerging market in relation to smartphones, tablets and laptops. Number 2. Lower custom duties. Number 3. No producer extended responsibility to buy their own gadgets. The correct answer is option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Question number 78. Which of the following is or are correct about National Adaptation Fund? Number 1. 100% central assistance to the state for implementing climate change adaptation projects. Number 2. NABARD is a nodal agency for its implementation. Number 3. This fund can support National Adaptation Fund for climate change and their submissions. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 79. Which of the following is not associated with Central Pollution Control Board? Option A. It is a constitutional as well as statutory organization. Option B. CPCB is working under Ministry of Environment and Forests. Option C. It was established under Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. Option D. CPCB also function under Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1981. So the correct answer is option A because CPCB is only a statutory organization, not a constitutional body. Okay? Question number 80. Which of the following is or are correct about methanol? Number 1. Niti Aayog formed the Methanol Economy Fund. Number 2. Methanol can be converted from high ash coal vis-a-vis environment friendly. Number 3. Can be used for energy generation, transportation and cooking purpose. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 81. Which of the following is or are correct about vermin animals? Number 1. They are a threat to human livelihood security, that is farming. Number 2. They are Schedule 4 animals under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Number 3. The common vermin animals are crow, fruit bat, monkeys, nilgai. The correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 3. Statement 2 is incorrect because they are under Schedule 5, not 4. Question number 82. Which of the following is or are correct? Number 1. ISRO through NNRMS, that is National Natural Resources Management System, are working towards conserving the environment and associated vegetation. Number 2. Bhuvan is a major portal of ISRO which is working through NVIS. The correct answer is option D, that is neither 1 nor 2. Question number 83. Which of the following is or are correct about Operation Thunderbird? Number 1. Wildlife Crime Control Bureau is a coordinating agency. Number 2. It is Interpol multi-species multinational enforcement operation to generate awareness among the enforcement agencies. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 84. What are the advantages a farmer can enjoy if he is practicing the crop diversification? Number 1. It can enhance the agricultural productivity of the region. Number 2. It can control the problem of carbon emission and can further enhance fertility of soil. Number 3. farmer can get a year-round productivity from the soil? The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 85. Which of the following is or are correct about Great Indian Bustard? Number 1. It is the heaviest flying bird of the world. Number 2. It is highly critically endangered species in India. Number 3. Its conservation and breeding programs are formulated in Great Indian Bustard Sanctuary, Maharashtra. The correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 2 only. Question number 86. Which of the following are the reasons associated with cheetah extinction in our country? Number 1. Degradation of grasslands and no policy regarding conservation of grasslands. Number 2. Their genetic diversity are declining very fast, which made them prone to disease. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 87. Which of the following is or are correct about POPs, that is persistent organic pollutants? Number 1. Rotterdam Convention is associated with POPs. Number 2. They are highly persistent in nature and can travel through air and water. The correct answer is option B, that is only 2, because it is the Stockholm Convention which is associated with POPs. Question number 88. As per NGT, National Green Tribunal, which of the following industries are mainly responsible for river Ganga pollution in our country? Number 1. Alcoholic and beverage industry. Number 2. Textiles industry. Number 3. Leather tanning industry. Number 4. Paper industry. Or number 5. Sugar industry. The correct answer is option B, that is 1, 2, 3 and 5. Question number 89. Kigali Agreement is in relation to option A. Ozone depleting substances and their impact on climate change. Option B. Ozone depleting substances and their impact on Arctic and Antarctica. Option C. The new substitutes added in Montreal Protocol. Option D. More responsibility of developed nations than developing ones regarding ozone degradation. The correct answer is option A, that is ozone depleting substances and their impact on climate change. Question number 90. What is the working area in context of mission innovation? Option A. Accelerate global clean energy innovation. Option B. To bridge the gap between developed and developing nations regarding renewable energy. Option C. To develop rural technology which can eliminate the problem of poverty. Option D. To increase the GDP share of developing countries mainly through research and development. The correct answer is option A, that is accelerate global clean energy innovation. Question number 91. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. Ozone hole is prominent from tropical to Arctic region and becomes prominent during winters. Number 2. Chlorine and fluorine are responsible for ozone hole. Number 3. Ozone hole is one of the major reasons of increase in climate change and melting of glaciers. The correct answer is option C, that is 2 and 3. Statement 1 is incorrect because ozone hole is prominent only in Arctic and Antarctica regions. Question number 92. Which of the following statements is or are correct? Number 1. India has the potential for all types of renewable energy. Number 2. India's rank in the solar power is 5th and our target is 60 gigawatt. Number 3. The major problem in renewable energy sector is funds and research and development, that is technology. The correct answer is option B, that is 1 and 3. Second statement is incorrect because our target is not 60 but 100 gigawatt. Question number 93. Which of the following statements is or are not correct about CAMPA, that is Compensatory Afforestation Fund Management and Planning Authority Bill Fund? Number 1. Government created it under Ministry of Road Transport and Urban Development. Number 2. The money of fund is deposited under CFI from where state can utilize it for afforestation projects. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Both the statements are incorrect. Question number 94. Which of the following are the constituents of lithium-ion batteries? Number 1, lead. Number 2, zinc. Number 3, cobalt. Number 4, nickel. Number 5, lithium. The correct answer is option C, that is cobalt, nickel and lithium. Lead and zinc are used in traditional batteries. Question number 95. Which of the following statements is or are correct about fuel cell technology? Number 1. Production of electricity by combining actually hydrogen and oxygen in an electrochemical run. Sorry for the word. Number 2. It can convert chemical energy into electric energy. Number 3. Hydrogen and phosphoric acid are the most common types of fuel cell. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 96. Which of the following locations in India is associated with geothermal energy? Number 1, Lamba. Number 2, Puga Valley. The correct answer is option B, that is only 2, Puga Valley. Question number 97. Which of the following statements is or are correct about ocean thermal difference energy? Number 1. Potential is more in Bay of Bengal than in Arabian Sea. Number 2. In tropical countries are more than in temperate ones. The correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. Question number 98. Natural gas primarily consists of methane, ethane, propane. The correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. Question number 99. Which of the following is or are associated with the release of methane? Number 1, marshes and swamps. Number 2, water reservoirs. Number 3, rivers. Number 4, animal husbandry. So the correct answer is option B, that is 1, 2 and 4. Rivers are not associated with the release of methane because rivers are always flowing. It happens only when these are stagnant. Okay. So the last question is question number 100. Which of the following statements is or are correct about impact of oil spill over marine ecosystem? Number 1. It can cause the problem of eutrophication and oceanic acidification. Number 2. It cuts down the supply of sunlight, resulting into death of coral reefs and aquatic ecosystem. So the correct answer is option B, that is only 2. So that's it, guys. Don't forget to mention your score in the comments section. I hope you enjoyed practicing the MCQs. We'll meet in the next video and thank you all.